pension reform needed right now in Pennsylvania. I'm Jill Horner. This is Comcast Newsmakers. With me is Pennsylvania State Representative Chris Ross. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me, Jill.
There's a $44 billion hole in the pension system, and this is two pension systems together in the Commonwealth. And you say now is the time for pension reform. Why is now that time?
Well, this is one of those issues that is really hard for a representative democracy to handle because it's a slow burn that gets really, really bad over time, and it involves pain now in order to fix a problem that is going to be made better over a long period of time in the future. And really, it's been brewing for quite a while. We've had a combination of people living longer and taking pension benefits for a longer period of time, and also the loss of value in the market back in the 2008 period also hit these funds. And if we do nothing, we're going to wind up finding that a huge percentage of our budgets, both for the school districts and also for the state, are going to be taken up funding the pension obligations in the future. So we really have to get serious about bringing these down, or we're going to find it almost impossible to manage our budgets in the future.
And let's talk about that impact. You say there could be a potential impact on local districts.
Absolutely. Yeah, one of the things that most school districts are basically about 80% of their total budget is related to personnel. So that's salaries and benefits, and one of those benefits is the money that we put into their pensions, and that's shared between the state. Some of the money comes directly from the state, but the other half of it comes out of your school tax bills. So we're looking at contributions which were even 5–10 years ago as little as 1 or 2% of salary, going up to 30% of salary, which is essentially like a 25% increase in the amount of the school budget that's going to be paying into the pension benefits if we don't ratchet those back. And it's going to eat us alive. On the state side, we have the same kind of problem where
for the state pension program.
On the state pension and for the state's contribution to the school district's pension, for the state employees and school district employees, we put money into both those, 100% on the state employees. And again, it's eating up a tremendously increasing and rapidly increasing amount of our total budget. If we don't start bringing that curve down as rapidly as possible, we're going to find it really almost impossible to deal with.
Steps were actually taken a few years back to mitigate a pension spike. Did that not make a difference?
Well, we did a good thing and a bad thing a few years ago. One, the good thing we did is we did bring down some of the benefit costs, but probably not as hard as we should have. And secondly, the bad thing we did is we pushed off some of the increases further down the road. So we made ourselves feel better for a little while and made the budget a little easier to manage then. But we didn't actually correct the underlying problems. We just pushed it off, which it's like squeezing on a balloon. What you shrink on one end gets bigger on the other end. And we did some of that. We're now hitting into those bigger areas where we delayed some payments.
And we just have a short time left, but you mentioned potential impact on local districts. But what could this mean overall for the state budget moving forward for future years?
Well, again, it's literally jumps of hundreds of millions of dollars on an annual basis to start picking up these additional costs if we do nothing to manage the benefits. So we need to establish a balanced approach that's fair to employees but also is fair to taxpayers to get this under control.
Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
We've been talking with Pennsylvania State Representative Chris Ross. I'm Jill Horner for Comcast Newsmakers.